Hey there, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. And we are continuing our experiment, our Nolan Ryan 1974 OOP Stratomatic set, not available anywhere. So you're going to have to probably sell your firstborn to get a hold of this game. And Nolan Ryan's third start, he actually did much better in his third start. Let me quickly use baseball reference here. In his third start, he went 8 innings and won it 2-1 in a 15-1 rout of the White Sox. So the White Sox gave up a ton of runs it's going to be Terry Foster for the White Sox. Let's go over the lineup. It's going to be Pat Kelly in right field, Carlos May, the left fielder, Dick Allen at first base, Bill Melton, the third baseman, Ron Santo at second base, Ken Henderson, the center fielder, Tony Muser, the DH, Ed Herman, the catcher, and Bucky Dent, the shortstop. And for the California Angels, it's Mickey Rivers in center, Dave Chalk at short, Bobby Valentine on left, Frank Robinson, the DH, Bob Oliver, the third baseman, Mike Epstein, the first baseman, Leroy Stanton, the right fielder, and Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher, and batting ninth is Denny Doyle, not Brian Doyle, that's who I mixed him up with the other day. It's Denny Doyle. And Nolan Ryan, of course, is the pitcher. We're doing he gave up about 5.5 walks per game, and so far, Stratomatic has not disappointed. We're about 6, and that's pretty darn close. This is game 3. Let's see how we do. I'm playing a 5-game set, so keep track, and let's see if Stratomatic can live up to its reputation. Let's do it. Here's Pat Kelly, bats lefty. So if it lands here, we're going to look at this side. And it does. It's a 6 and a 4, and that is an N home run, 1-3, but it's a 19, so it's a deep flat right. On the track is Stanton, and that's 1 down. Next is Carlos May, another lefty. And that is a 3 and a 4, and that will be a fly to right again. So he drives one, and backing up a few steps is Stanton. So 2 outs for Stanton, and here comes Dick Allen, Richie Allen. And that is a 4. He's a right-handed hitter, and a 5. Struck him out. Fastball. Blows it by Allen. All right, here comes the bottom of the inning. Rivers leading off. Terry Foster. Foster is a lefty. Let's do it. Lefty on lefty. And it is a 2 and an 8. That's bounced to short. Shortstop. Dent better hurry. And it just gets Rivers. Took an easy hop at the end. Here's Denny Doyle. Actually, it should be Chalk. Hold on a second. Denny Doyle's at the bottom. Chalk has been moved up. So it's going to be a 2 against a lefty and an 8, and that's popped up. Middle infield, second baseman. Santo, he makes the catch. 2 down. There's Bobby Valentine. All right, it's a 1 and a 5, and that's line. Base hit to left, played on a hop by the left fielder, Carlos May. So Valentine's on with a single. Next up is Frank Robinson, and that is a 3 versus a lefty and an 11. That's ball 4. So after 2 outs, he gives up a single and a walk. Here comes Bob Oliver. The pitch, it's a 2 and an 8, and that's popped up. Middle infield, second baseman. Again, it's Santo right there. That retires the side, no runs. 1 hit, 2 left. Go to the top of the second. 1974. Some classic cards. Love these classic cards. I have a bunch of them. I got to start using them. All right, so that's going to be a 6 against a righty and a 12. It's bounced to first. And the first baseman, Epstein, Ooh, I didn't write down what Epstein was. Let's see if I wrote what he was down and what he was in the. Pretty sure Epstein's a 417. And a 417 is he may be a 3. But I made that card, and I believe since I believe I made him a 4. Let me double check. Because there was I made him a 4, so that's going to be an error on Epstein. 17. Oh no, there's no error there. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was looking at because I rolled a 17. So I got to go all the way down here, and that's going to be. It would have, if he was a 3, it would have been an error. But no, he makes the play. G3. So Melton grounds out to Epstein at first. Here is Ron Santo. He's a righty with a 4 and an 8, and that's a strikeout. Second strikeout for Ryan. And Kenny Henderson, switch hitter. He'll be batting lefty. So a 4 and a 9, and that's a strikeout. Number 3. 3 up and 3 down. So super easy inning for the Express. Still no walks, but they happen and they come in bunches sometimes. Terry Foster. He got beat up in this game. He got manhandled. Here's Epstein. And that's a 3 and a 10, and that's going to be a fly out to left. Easy play for Carlos May. Lee Stanton now. And a 3 and a 9, and that's ball 4, so he walks. Elliot Rodriguez is next. And again, a 3 and a 9, and that is a single base hit. Runner will advance 1 base, and I like that about Strat. It tells you don't have to go calculating anything, or just like easy, fun, laid-back game, entertainment. And so it's first and second with 1 out. Here's Denny Doyle, the lefty, another lefty. Right? And again, that's a 3 and a 9, and that's the third 3 and 9 I think I rolled. And that's a fly out to right. We could advance if we wanted to, but I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to make the third out at third base. So that's 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Here comes Mickey Rivers, Mick the Quick. Going to be big on the Yankees teams, 76, 77, 78. And that is a 6 against a lefty, and a 3, and that's going to be a fly center field. Fly center field, I rolled a 7. Center fielder is Ken Henderson. Let's say he's a 3. And that's going to be an out at 2 or a 4. He's an out. All right, so he's a running catch for Henderson in center. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. Here comes Ryan, top of the third. Tony Muser. Did I roll all the dice? I don't know that I did. All right. It's going to be a 3 and a 3, and that's popped up. Left side, shortstop. Chalk, 1 down. Ed Herman is next. 6 and a 7, and that's a line caught by the second baseman, L4. And Bucky Dennis, another righty. 5 and 11, and that's a fly out right field X. Right fielder is Stanton. I believe he's a 3 or 4. 17. I think that may be. Nope, they're both out. So he makes a nice running catch. What did I say? 5-11. Yeah, right field, F9. So Stanton with the grab and go to the bottom of the third. Dave Chalk leading off. So it's going to be 5 against a righty, a 5 and a 9, and that's bounced to second base, scooped up by Santo, and he throws out chalk for the first out of the inning here at the bottom of the third. Bobby Valentine, who singled earlier, that's a 3 and a 7, and he will single lines it to center. So 2 for 2 for Bobby Valentine. Frank Robinson's next. The pitch from Foster. That's a 1 against a lefty and a 6, and that's a deep drive. And that's going to be one hop off the wall. 1 run scores. The other one will hold it. No, runner will hold. I thought there was, for some reason, I thought there was 2 runners on base. So it's a double. And we're going to hold him up at third. Let's look at Bobby Valentine's speed. 1 to 14. First base. Was he being held on? He's a base stealer. Oh, I could have tried to steal with him. I would have. So let's see. He was being held on. So that's a -2. And it was hit to center field because it doesn't say. So the center fielder, Kenny Henderson, is a 2, -2. So he's a 2 -2. So that was, what do we say? 1 to 14 -4, 1 to 10. So he's going to try to score. Here it is, and he is safe. RBI double for Robinson. And Bob Oliver, his pitch from Foster. That's a 6 against a righty. 6 and an 8. And that's a single 1 to 10. It is a base hit. Runner will stop at third. Now, Foster's down as a relief pitcher, but he does start this game. So we'll give him like a 6 rating, I guess, for a starter rating. So first and third with 1 out. And next is Epstein. We'll bring the infield in. And that's going to be a 6 against a lefty. And a 4 is a ground ball shortstop X. With a 16, our shortstop is Bucky Dent. Dent was not a great shortstop, by the way. I think he would be, but he got good money from the Yankees, and he had a good reputation as a defensive shortstop. But where is he? Here it is. Okay, Bucky Dent is a 3 shortstop. Let's see if it's an error or what it is. 3 shortstop. What did I roll? A 16. And with the infield in, I gotta look at that. Infield in. Let's see what happens. Infield in. Follow the results on the field chart. Ground balls other than those resulting in a hit or an error. Runner on third holds. Other runners advance 1 base. Okay, so it'll be a 6-3. Runner advances. Right. And now it's 2 outs, 2 on, and here is Leroy Stanton. So he's a righty, so that'll be a 4 and a 7, and that will be a strikeout. Big K for Foster. 1 run comes in on 3 hits. It's 1-0. Angels. Ryan, top of the 4th. He's retired 9 in a row so far. Here's Pat Kelly. And it's a 2 and a 7, and that's a strikeout. So he whiffs. Number 4. Next is Carlos May. And that's a 4. He's a lefty, so that's a 4 and a 6, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. Ryan bringing the heat. And Dick Allen now. He struck out in the first pitch. It's a 5. He's a righty. It's a 5 and a 9, and that's a strikeout. So Ryan strikes out the side. 6 for Ryan so far. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 4th. Forster versus Rodriguez. It's easier to say Foster. All right, it's a 4. He's a righty, so it's a 4 and an 8, and that's a single double splits, and that's going to be line base hit. Second hit today for Elliot Rodriguez. And we're going to bunt. He is kind of a bunter. He's a B bunter. Rolled in 11. B bunter, and it's an 11. Batter pops up. First base. All right, so he fails to move the runner over. Mickey Rivers with a 6 and a 5 struck him out. Rivers swings and misses at a high fastball. 2 out, 1 on. Here's Chalk. He's a righty with a 4 and a 4, and that's a catcher. X with a 12. The catcher, Herman. Is a 3-0. And I rolled a 12, and that'll be a single and an error. Batter to second, so wild throw by the catcher. Going to give him a single, but he will make it. So it's going to be second and third. E2, and here comes Bobby Valentine, who's 2 for 2 today. Here's the pitch, and that is a 2 against a lefty and a 10, and that's a 1-2 home run, but a 19 is a deep fly to left. Backing up is May on the track, and makes the catch. No runs. 2 hits, an error, 2 left. Go to the top of the 5th. All right, we're at the top of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Angels. And it's Bill Melton against Nolan Ryan. And he's a righty, so that's a 3 and a 10, and that is a 1-7 single, but no, it's going to be a line out to the shortstop, L6. So he hits it on the nose, but right at the shortstop. Chalk, and here is Ron Santo. And it is a 5. He's a righty, and we roll a 6, and that's ball 4. That's the first walk allowed by Ryan in this game. Remember, he averages about 6 walks, 5.6, I believe it is, for 74. Kenny Henderson is next, and he's a D and run, and he's just going to swing away. And that is a 5. Again, he's batting lefty. So 5 and a 7. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks after not walking anybody. And here comes Tony Muser, and he's a bunter. You know what? I'm going to bunt. He's a B bunter. Let me get this chart out. He's a B bunter. And that's a 6, and that's going to be a batter is thrown out. Runners advance. Third baseman, so it's going to be a 5 down the line, third base, and he charges and throws him out. So it's a sack, 5-4. And now it's Ed Herman. It's from Ryan, and that is a 1 and a 3, and that's popped up. Middle infield, second base. Doyle, he's there, puts it away. So no runs, no hits, 2 walks, so 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's going to be Foster versus Frank Robinson. And that's a 3 against a lefty. 3 and a 6, and that's ball 4. Second walk today for Frank Robinson. Bob Oliver's next. That's a 2 against a lefty and a 10, and that's going to be a strikeout. Curveball got him. And Foster versus Mike Epstein. Epstein's over 2, a fly on the ground out. That's a 5, he's a lefty, and a 12 is a fly out to right field, a 3. Ooh. Right fielder is Pat Kelly. And Pat Kelly's a 4 plus 3. So that's going to be, what did I say? He was a 3 outfield, and we rolled a 3. That's going to be a running catch in the gap, and he robs Epstein of a base hit. Wow. So fly out. All right, he's a right fielder. Was this a left fielder? Wait, hold on a second. He's a lefty, so it's a 5 and a 12. It's a right fielder and right. Yes, right. So right center field gap, and he runs it down for the out. It's making a 9. All right. And now it's Leroy Stanton. And Terry Foster checks with Hermit. Winds up. Stretches and deals, and that's a 3. Against a lefty, a 3 and a 9, and that's a walk. Base on balls. Pushes an insurance run to second base. Next up is Ellie Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 2 for 2 at the pitch. That is a 2 and a 8, and that's ball 4. So he loads the bases. 2 against a lefty and an 8 that loads the bases for Denny Doyle. So Foster got the bases loaded with 2 outs. See if he can get Doyle out. And that is he's a lefty, so that's a 4 and a 5 and ball 4, and he walks in a run. Ouch. Walks in a run, and that's going to bring the top of the order up, and it's Mickey Rivers. Rivers today is over 3. And his pitch, and that is a 4 against a lefty again, and a 4, and that is a ground ball second base with a 20. Second baseman Ron Santo. See what Santo's got on his card. Santo at second base is a 4. So second base a 4, and I rolled a 20. That's an out. Makes the play. So only 1 run comes in. 1 run on no hits and 4 walks. So Foster totally lost the plate. And here comes the Express, pitching to Bucky Dent. He's a righty. That's a 4 and an 11. That's a ground ball right back to the pitcher, an 18. Pitchers, I believe, were automatically 2s, from what I remember. And I rolled an 18. That'll be an out. A 3 out is runner fielder's choice, but there's nobody on, so it's a tapper to Ryan, and he throws out Dent for the first out. Next batter is Pat Kelly, a lefty. That's a 2 and a 9, and that'll be a 1-4 triple. Otherwise, it's going to be cut off in the gap for a single. The first hit allowed by Ryan. Here's Carlos May. Carlos May's a lefty, so it's a 5 and a 10, and that's a strikeout. So he blows a fastball by May, who strikes out for the second time, 2 out. Here's Dick Allen. It is a 3 and a 12, and that's ball 4. That's a third walk. Allowed by Ryan. First and second now with 2 outs. And Bill Melton, pitch. That's going to be a 1 and a 6, and that's a fly ball driven to center field. On the run is Rivers, and Rivers tracks it down. Good play by Rivers, read that well right off the bat. That's going to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 men left. That's going to be Chalk, Valentine, and Robinson coming up. Pitch, and he's a righty, so it's a 4 and a 9, and that's a base hit. Leadoff single for Chalk. Bobby Valentine's next. And that's a 4. He's a righty. 4 and an 11. That's a fly ball. Left field X. Left fielder Carlos May. Be a 3+1. And we roll a 9. And it's going to drop in. It's going to bound away from him. And it's going to be a double. Chalk will stop at second base. So it's going to be a double, second and third. And I believe that's going to be it for Terry Forster. Let's see who we got here that we can bring in. I'm going to bring in Cy Costa. I know he's available. We used him in the last game. So far, Forster went 5, and he's done. So here's Cy Costa facing Frank Robinson with second and third. Infield will be in. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. A 6 and an 8, and that is a fly ball right field B. I think B is a sacrifice fly, I believe. We're on third, tags up, and he will score. So it was 6 versus a righty and an 8. Fly ball to right for an RBI. 3-0. 1 out. Here is Bob Oliver. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the third. And that is, he's a righty, so that's a 3 and a 6, and that's a strikeout. So curveball gets Bob Oliver 2 outs. And next up is Mike Epstein. And that is a 2 against a righty. A 2 and a 6 is, double splits. 16 is a single. Runner advances 2 bases, so that'll score an additional run. 4-0 now, Angels. So single, RBI, and Mike Epstein with a big hit. And here is Leroy Stanton. He's a righty. That's a 6 and an 8. That'll be a fly ball. Right field. On the run is Kelly, and Kelly runs it down. Nice running catch. 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the top of the 7th inning. So the Angels are looking good. Ryan's record is 2-1. I'm actually 1-1. Excuse me. And Ryan's pitching in at the top of the 7th. He's allowed 3 walks so far. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. Ron Santo at the plate, and Ryan winds and deals. And it is a 3 and a 6, and that is a line drive caught by the shortstop, Chalk, for the first out. Kenny Henderson next. That is another 3 and an 8 again, and that's bounced to the shortstop, who charges, gloves it, and fires the first to get Henderson. And now it's Tony Muser. You're in the 7th inning. It's a 5. He's a lefty. A 5 and an 8. That's a strikeout. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 7th coming up. 4-0 Angels. So it's going to be Acosta versus the bottom of the order, Rodriguez. All right, that's a 3 and a 6, and that's a hit by pitch. So he gets plunked, and we're going to get a bunt now. If he will be playing in, Doyle is a B, so he'll become a C. And that's a 7. See if it's a good bunt. C bunter. It is thrown out by first baseman, so it's a good bunt. Sack 3-4. We're in second, scoring position. And here's Mickey Rivers with 1 out, 1 on. Pitch from Acosta. That is a 6. He's a lefty, a 6 and a 10, and that's a catcher X with a 2. Catcher's a 3. And it's a dribbler in front of the plate. Now from behind the plate is Herman. Pounces on it. A 1 runner should advance on this. Yeah. So runner will advance. This will be a ground ball 2. 2 outs now. Runner on third, and it's Cy Acosta versus Dave Chalk. And it's a 1 and a 6, and that's hard hit at the shortstop. To his left, plants his feet, fires the first on target, and retires the side. No runs, no hits. Hit by pitch, 1 left. Comes the top of the 8th inning. Ryan back on the mound. Ryan will be facing Herman, Dent, and Pat Kelly. Here goes. And that's a 2. A 2 and a 9er. That's a bouncer to the first baseman. Nice hop for Epstein. 1 away. Dent is next. He's over 2, a fly out on the ground out. And that is a 2 and a 12. A 2 and a 12 is line and caught by the third baseman, L5. 2 away. Here's Pat Kelly. He's 1 for 3. And he's a lefty, so that's a 4 and a 4. It's ground ball second base, 14. Second baseman is, I think, a 3. We got a 14. Ooh, there's potentials for errors here. So, hold on. Danny Doyle, there's a second baseman 2. Second baseman 2 with a 14. And it's an out. 10 the inning. Ground ball. He reaches it, sets his feet, and throws him out. So nice play by Danny Doyle. Bottom of the 8th. Costa's in his 3rd inning, so that'll be his point of weakness at this point. And Bobby Valentine leading off, and that's a 4. He's a righty. 4 and a 5, and that'll be a drive and cut off for a single. So leadoff single. It's a 4th hit today for Bobby Valentine. Next up is Frank Robinson with a 6 and a 6, and that's a deep fly to left. Backing up is Carlos May, and Carlos May at the track. One down. I Costa with the pitch to Bob Oliver. That's a 5. He's a righty. And a 7, that struck him out. And next is Mike Epstein. And that is a 5. He's a lefty this time, a 5 and a 10, and that's ball 4. Here comes Leroy Stanton. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch to Leroy. Leroy today is 0 for 3. No, 0 for 2. Strikeout, fly out, 2 walks. Here's a pitch. And that is a 3 and a 6, and that is a line drive base hit to center field. They're going to try to score Valentine, and he is safe. That's going to be it for Acosta. Guy named Moran is coming in. Bill Moran. Face Ellie Rodriguez with 2 out. So he came in the 6th, then he came in the 8th, 6th, 8th. Pitch to Rodriguez. That's going to be a 4 against the righty, and a 10, and that's a fly to center field X. Center fielder we said was a 2. And we rolled 17, and that's going to be a nice running catch to end the inning. F8, excuse me. So 1 run comes in on 2 hits. He scores 5-0. We go last licks. This would be Ryan's 3rd complete game. Excuse me. He will face Carlos May, Dick Allen, and Bill Melton. And here's the pitch to May. That is a 6 and an 8. He's a lefty, a 6 and an 8. That's ball 4. So that's walk number 4. You gotta have about 5 to 6 walks every game. I think one game he wins 7, so. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Hold on a second. Leadoff batter walks, 5-0 score. So not gonna pull Ryan just yet. Here's Dick Allen, and that is a 4, and an 11 is a ground ball back to the pitcher X. So Ryan's a 2. We rolled an 8. And that's going to be a 3, which is a 1-6-3 double play. Huge defensive play for Ryan. Spins and fires to the shortstop, Chalk, the throw on to first base, Epstein, for the double play. And we're 1 out away from a shutout for Nolan Ryan. It's going to be if he holds here, and it's going to be a 1-hitter. The only hit he gave up is in the top of the 6th. Wow. Here's Bill Melton. And that's going to be a 5. He's a righty. And a 4 is a ground ball second base with a 16. Second baseman's a 2. And a 16. Oh, he boots it. Error, E4. That keeps the White Sox alive. And here's Ron Santos. So 5-0, 1 on, 2 outs. Nolan Ryan trying to get a complete game 1-hitter. He's walked 4, gave up 1 hit in the 6th inning. It was a single to Pat Kelly. And here's Ron Santos. Santos 0 for 2 with a walk. Remember, we're doing the challenge, the Stratomatic challenge, to see if they can kind of live up to their reputation of keeping that average of walks to around 5.5, 6, where it actually was. And here's a pitch from Ryan. and he's a righty, so it's here and a 10, and that is a fly out center field 13. Center fielder Mickey Rivers. Mickey Rivers is a 3+2 and 613. What I say he was a 3, and we rolled a 13, and that's gonna be a running catch for Mickey, and the ball game's over. No runs, no hits, a walk, an error, so one left. Final score 5-0 shutout for Nolan Ryan. Yikes! Great pitching performance for Nolan. 5-0, one hit. Any errors there? Yeah, one error. And one error here. So each team with an error. Hits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits for the Angels. So it's 5, 12, and 1 for the Angels, and 0, 1, and 1. Nolan Ryan is 2 and 1, picks up the victory. Goes 9, gives him 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 4 walks. He struck out how many? 7, 8 batters. And that's it. So he is very close to having that 5.5 average on walks. We got 2 more games to play. I can tell you who he's playing next. He will be playing Minnesota, and then the last game that I'm doing is Oakland. So in reality, he goes a complete game but loses 6-0 to Minnesota, and then he loses 6-7, goes only 5 against the Oakland Athletics. So let me just look at the walks. The walks he gave up against the Twins. He walked only 1, and then against the A's he walks 5. So anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group, like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys very, very soon with more Stratomatic Challenge, and take care.